Thought I could count on you. I thought we had a deal. I gave you all I had. Put you in front of friends. It was me and you, for it was one of them. I introduced you to them. I should have seen it then. It was never about me. It's what I could do for you. What you could get about me, who I could introduce you to. I knew the truth, still there was nothing I would do for you. A fool for you. You break my legs, still jump through hoops for you. I thought we had a deal. 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 It's hard to let you go when I'm still holding on. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, should be moving on. This shit is stupid hard, and I ain't ready for it. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, I ain't ready for it. They weren't there for it, no, they weren't there, were they? They weren't there when she despaired to have her prayers working. She wanted to die daily, and I was 9 maybe. I'm on the couch with mom, talking about don't cry, baby. We'll be alright, baby. Yeah, we gon' make it through. I'm scared to death inside, but I know I can't let it through. I ain't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. You gave me hope when there was none, I owe my life to you. I thought we had a deal.
Leave me not ready to let you go. Let you go. I'm begging, don't leave me. Take anything you want, everything if you want it.
You gave my life purpose before it had any. You gave me courage when I didn't have any. We were the best of friends before I had any. I gave you all I had. You turned your back to me. You set a trap for me. I never seen it coming. You had me blind to if I didn't want to feel you numb it. You left my life a wreck, and I hate you for it. I'm still in love with you, and I hate you for it.
What's up, my people? Welcome to St. John Live on this Monday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. My name is Mike St. John. I'm in long-term recovery. My sobriety clean date's June the 1st, 2016. Glad to be back. I missed last week, man. We've had a lot going on. It's been a wild 3 weeks, but today was the grand opening of the Jasmine's House Recovery Home here in Richmond, Kentucky. Shout out to Protea Behavior and Health Counseling, man. Shout out to everybody that's helped us, came by today, donations. Listen, it's still not set in for me and my wife. This has been a dream for us, man, and reality hit today. The doors was open, and we had some, amazing people stop by. Shout out to everybody, man. It's just, and I'm going to say this right off the rip, man. If you have a dream, don't give up. Anything is possible. Put God first. Find the right people in your circle that's going to help you, push you to become the person you need to be, and make things happen, man. Just grateful to be here. Shout out to my wife. I love you. I don't know, man. It's just amazing. But I'm going to give a shout out here to my page sponsors, One Stop Phone Shop out of London, Kentucky, 606-657-2750. Josh Maxey, Darrell Hudson, right by Walmart there in London, Kentucky. Another page sponsor, GetLive.com. Go check them out on Facebook, man. Adam Larkin, he's doing amazing things, man. He's got a huge event in London, Kentucky. I don't know the date. I'll be posting the flyer here recently, man. But North Laurel High School, he's putting on a huge first annual Get Recovery Rally. If y'all don't care, man, post your sobriety clean dates in the comments here. Let us know where you're watching from. You never know who might run across this feed, man, and be struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, people's out there, man, they're going through hard times. They feel like they don't have no support group, no friends to reach out to, man. That's why, I do what I do. I recover out loud, man, because, I got a good friend that's on life support in London. He OD'd on meth, man. Throw some prayers up for him. I got another friend that's in UK on life support. This devil dope that's out there today, man, it's got one purpose, is to kill you and take you out of this world, man. And, it takes people like us to recover out loud. But Jasmine's House, Recovery Home for Women, Richmond, Kentucky, 859-319-4787. We have beds available. Give my wife a call. Give me a call, 859-300-1503. Let us help you. Let us love you back to life, man. This house is so beautiful. Listen, this house is nicer than the house we live in, man. And we made it for when these women come in that they feel at home and the spirit is in the house. It's just amazing, man. Don't give up on your dreams. No matter how many times you fall, get up. I made a decision over 6 years ago, man, that I failed one time, and it's just amazing. I'm gonna get in these comments, give some shout outs before we get started here. We got a powerful speaker on here. She's laid back like two flats on a Cadillac, and listen, it's just powerful. Marie St. John, I love you. Ashley McCarty, welcome. Rob Fields, come on, Chauncey, I hear you, boy. Yeah, Jan Carlson, Lotus family, Puma Interventions. I think he's down in Florida right now doing an intervention. I appreciate everything you do, bro. Heather Stanley, welcome. Tina Hurst, welcome. Anthony, I see you, bub. AB Live, Uncensored Recovery. He's out there slinging hope every day. He's on the road. He works over at ARC. Aaron Heath, I see you, boy. There's another one, man. I'm proud of him, dude. Me and him go way back, and to see him today of what he's doing. And it's just amazing, man, the guys that I got to work with, when I was at the Hope Center, I'm no longer there. And to see them being productive members of society, man, helping people. That's what recovery's about, help people. Let's see, who else we got in here? Laren Atkins, Drew Hicks, I see you, boy. Y'all go check out Drew Hicks, man. He's a powerful hope shot. Jen Wolf, I see you. Jasmine's house, whoop whoop. Joe Price, welcome, bub. Good to see you in here. Sarah Ryder, welcome. Amy Fields, I see you. That's Rob's boss. Yeah, we know who the boss is. That's right, Chauncey. Let's see, Crystal Branham, Athens, Tennessee, welcome. We got a Facebook user. I don't know why I don't have your name or picture on here. Out of Lexington, Kentucky. Josh McClurg, I see you, baby boy. Proud of you, big dog. Steve Williams, proud of you, man. It's good to talk to you this morning on video chat, even though you was working and you wasn't really doing nothing. But I'll call up there and tell him you wasn't doing nothing. You got the right one right here, baby boy. Aaron Heath lost 3 brothers this last week. I know, man. It's sad, but I'm going to say this, man, don't let it be you. Your next one could be your last one. Tina Hurst, 6 years in recovery, welcome. We need you. Am I hungry? No, I'm not hungry. Jordan Woods, I see you, baby boy. Robert Capley, he was on here 2 weeks ago, man. He's got a powerful story. If y'all don't know him, check him out on Facebook, man. He's a hope shot. Charles Getter out of West Virginia. Bobby Rodell, I see you, big guy. 2/23/2008, 14 years, 5 months, clean and sober. We got Christy Bussell out of here in Mount Vernon, doing some big things. Alexis Hembry, 10/7/2020. Joe and Crystal Van, Corbin, Kentucky. Laren is my oldest baby boy. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can't hardly read these names right here, but Aaron, he says you played a major role. Listen, I'm just a messenger boy. You done the work. I mean, I can't take no credit for that, man. We got the Jasmine's house in here, Heather Stanley. Tracy Manier, Women's Walker House. Steve, Steve come and hung out with us today, and it was awesome just to see what he's going on. I ain't seen him in a while. Becca Brown, appreciate that. Cameron Arnold, he's a huge donor for the Jasmine's house, man. I'm proud of you, Cameron, man. You're more welcome to come by anytime, man. Check it out now. It's together and get a look at it. Clean and Sober, What's Up by Drew Hicks. Check him out on Facebook. Opal Sisk out of Missouri, 3/7/18. Proud of you. Daniel Hager, I see you, big boy. Proud of you, big guy. Rob's crazy. You hear me, huh? Ryan Sweeney, Louisville, Kentucky, 12/14/18. Who else we got in here? Chris Aggie. I hope I said that right. That's Marie's peer support, man, and she's a beast. She's a beast. We love you and thank you for doing what you do. What's up, Matt Carlson? Welcome. Maram Addington, welcome. Gordy, yeah, Lord, there he is. What up, Gordy? I love you. Beth Hale, let's see, Matt, let's see, who else? But anyway, we're going to get this started, man. the girl, my guest tonight, man, I hit her up the last minute. We was chopping it up today at the Jasmine's house, man. And she was just laid back, man, and I love how she is just laid back and takes care of business. And we've been friends on Facebook, man, and I said, why not? Let's let her share her story. And that's what we're going to do, man. We're going to get her on here and let her share her story. She's part of Protea. And, Protea's doing some big things if y'all hadn't noticed. You know what I'm saying? We, it's just an awesome group of people, man. Let's bring her in here. What up, Emily? What's going on?
How you doing? Nervous, Rick?
No, you never nervous.
I normally not, but it seems like whenever I'm about to do something that can help somebody else do the next right thing, I get a little bit nervous. I'm still an addict and alcoholic, so that fear comes in a little bit. So disclaimer, I will stutter. I may cry, but that's okay. As long as somebody gets a little bit of help out of it, that's why we do it. So thank you for having me.
Yes. We was driving home and I said, I got to go live tonight. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, wonder who I can get. And your name popped up and I was like, call her, Marie. Tell her I need her tonight. But that's what we do, when the hand reaches out, man. And, we have fun on here. You know what I'm saying? These comments, everybody that knows us, man, we have fun. And that's what it's about. If you're not having fun in recovery, what's the purpose? Like if I ever get miserable, just knock me off the platform because freedom is not miserable. You know what I'm saying? Life shows up, but we have the tools and the people and the support group and the sponsorship. And I have 500 people I can call. That's what recovery's given me, man. I have people that believe in me, that will listen to me and push me to be a better person. And here you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you're amazing, and I got to see you, what you do today, and just laid back. I'm like, do you ever get tore up? Do you ever? It's just amazing. You know what I mean?
Thank you. You need to ask Raven that if I ever get tore up.
Where's Raven at? We can't see her. Is she hiding in the cut? Yeah, I'm going to put you on blast here in a minute. Believe that.
That's the boss there.
But yeah, just kind of, I know today you discussed a little bit of your story with me, man, and it kind of inspired me, but it was just a little short version. That's why I want to give you the opportunity, man, to, because females, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bring a lot of guys on here, man, and people's like, why don't you bring women on here? Why don't you bring women on here? Because, if you really want to get down and to the truth, there's a lot of women out here that's still suffering, that feels like they don't have nobody to talk to, nobody they can relate to, because most women are shy and they don't want to talk about their story or what they're going through. So that's why I brought you on here, and our purpose is to help one. We can't save the world, but maybe something you can say may change somebody's life tonight, and that's what it's about. But just introduce who you are and where you're from, and kind of let's hear your story. Emily, it's your time to shine. Show out one time. Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here.
You're welcome.
It's a beautiful thing to try to help other people with alcoholism, substance use disorder, drug addiction. My name's Emily Highslope. I'm 30 years old. It's kind of surreal to think that I have a birthday in 10 days. Had several overdoses, several near-death experiences. So to be alive today is a huge, huge gift. I think if we can get through a day, a 24-hour period of not having to drink or drug, it's a miracle. So I have a sobriety date. That's April 11th, 2020. That's the last day that I put any kind of substances in my body. I can't do it. Now, I had to learn that the hard way. I had to do a little research. I had a prior sobriety date, and that was January 10th, 2017. That changed because I did not maintain my spiritual condition. So if I can share something with anybody on here, I just really want to hit home that recovery is a daily process. We have to do it every day. I was the person in an AA meeting that would say, I'll never relapse. An old timer told me, his name is Paul W. He's passed away now, passed away sober. He had 40 years of sobriety. He said, do yourself a favor and never say that you'll never relapse. He said, because if you say that, you've already mentally relapsed.
Yep.
For me, it was true. So I've got today, plan on having tomorrow. So the way it started with me, from Somerset, awesome family, older sister. I have a younger sister now, but she didn't come along till I was 11. But so anyway, had a nice home to live in. Never went to bed hungry. Had 2 of everything. Never went without. But I remember being depressed 4 or 5 years old. I mean, just something was off, and for me as an alcoholic, or for us rather, I have an unsatisfiable and a fault-finding mind. So naturally, that's my mindset. I was naturally a negative person. As a kid, always just showing out. Don't do that. I would do it just to see what would happen. I mean, I got a spanking, I think, every day from the time I was 2 to I was probably 12 years old, and I was too big. I mean, it's just, I would not learn my lesson. The word consequence to me was a challenge. But what are you really going to do? Turns out once you get of age, they can do something, so, but I never really cared about stuff like that. So awkward kid, had a great life, but real awkward in school, didn't focus, didn't get good grades. I wanted to make people laugh, because I thought they would like me. And I would have friends, just, how we are, chameleons. I was who I needed to be for where I was. Went on through school, and I had some friends, but I was the kind of person that somebody could do something to me one time and I was done. So I didn't really have any friends for very long. I would have some, and then they didn't meet my expectation.
Yep.
Then they weren't my friend anymore.
Yep.
So I didn't really know how to have friendships or relationships, anything like that. Get a little bit older and, smoke marijuana, drink a little bit of alcohol, stuff like that. I was introduced to opiates. And like I told you earlier, I mean, it was a wrap. It truly was. I had never felt so comfortable. I'd never felt at peace at all until I had opiates. And I always wanted to feel that way. My senior year of high school, I went to the Trillium Center in Corbin, Kentucky. And stayed there, I think it was 7 days. And so then as I finished school, I got drug tested. It was through Unite. They didn't have DARE anymore, so it was through a Unite program. Got drug tested, so I would just drink on the weekends out of my, so still I'm trying to manipulate the situation to make it fit me and my needs and what I wanted. I enrolled in college, but I got the FAFSA money and dipped out. I didn't get I didn't get an education. And I still owe money to the school. I haven't got all that paid up yet, but that is part of a financial means, which is cool. I can do that today, but got the FAFSA money. So you know what time it is.
Yeah.
I have every friend in the world. Everybody wants to be my friend. I think it's like $2,200 or something. And
the whole world.
Oh, I was rich. This money was going to last me forever. It lasted for maybe 2 months. It all went up my nose. And probably half the people in Pulaski County that were my friends at that time. But it was just always every day was just chasing the next thing.
Yep.
And it was miserable. I mean, it truly was. I worked, so I thought it was okay, but it was never like any good jobs. I mean, I worked at restaurants. I worked at a Rose's department store.
Oh, Rose's. I remember that.
Yep. Rose's, worked there for a couple years, I guess. $7.25 an hour. But that was all I needed at that time. I was doing other things, and so it worked out, but I didn't have a future. People would say, well, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? I truly didn't know. When I was a little girl and you asked me that, I wanted to be a weather girl and a school bus driver.
No.
And neither one of those things happened. So since my aspirations of being a weather girl or a school bus driver didn't work out, I worked at Rose's and I had a terrible drug habit. And that went on for a while. And as I got older, you know, I'm 18, 19 at this time. It's just trying to fit in, you know, trying to have friends. But I didn't like myself. I hated myself. And I didn't really like other people, but I tolerated them because they had what I wanted.
Yes.
Was in just bad relationships. This will show you how out of my mind I was. I was in relationships with men. That's a desperation of an addict right there.
Hey, listen, we got some men on here, so kind of watch it. You hear me?
But you know, and that's another thing that for me, I never felt comfortable. I knew when I was 5 years old that I was gay. I knew I was a lesbian at 5 years old, but I was scared, so scared to.
Afraid of what people would think, what they would say, what would happen, you know. And
Yeah.
my guest last 2 weeks, you know, I'm not going to put his name on here, but he's in the comments, man. He said the same thing you said, you know what I'm saying? That he was scared to come out, and you know, it's just, but today it's not like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Right.
got to be you know.
Yeah, and you know, in the 90s and early 2000s, and you know, living in a small town, I was, you know, you could tell by looking at me that I was not feminine, but as I got older, I kind of had to be.
Mhm.
You know, I kind of had to switch up who I was and try to keep pushing it back and um, hoping that maybe it would change. Maybe I would get married one day. Maybe I would have kids. But I would get to thinking about that stuff. And I was just so uncomfortable with myself. So what do we do when we're uncomfortable or we're disturbed? We put dope on it. I
Yeah.
lived a lot of my life like that. So as my disease gets worse, as it, you know, just gets more progressive, my addiction kind of changes. So, you know, my drug of choice changed, kind of went from like prescription drugs to more street drugs, the stuff that, you know, today is killing people left and right. And in Somerset, it was kind of new. You know, there wasn't really heroin down here. There was meth and stuff like that, but all the pill mills shut down.
Oh.
You know, so that's when heroin kind of moved into Pulaski County. I was 23 years old, and I had done some heroin, and it killed me. And my friends put me in a bathtub, got me up. You know, people didn't really carry Narcan like that then. And it didn't scare me at all. Now, this, not to say not having jobs, not having good cars, not being able to keep a friend, stealing from my parents, all the stuff that we do. None of that added up to say, okay, you need to stop this. Even overdosing, it didn't. It made it worse. Man, I'm really in it now. We're just going to keep going. You know, and then I cannot be satisfied. My mind is unsatisfiable. It really is. I can never have enough of anything. And I mean, you put that on shopping, food, sex, Diet Coke, whatever it is. I mean, if I'm not maintaining that condition, I had no spiritual condition. I thought I was an atheist. I really did. I didn't have anybody to pray to, raised in church, hated it. My parents had me go. They were trying to do the right thing.
Right.
You know, I just had so much resentment. I resented the world. I would see people that were successful and had money, and I was mad at them.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know them.
Yeah.
I worked at a gas station. People would come in and buy, you know, name brand cigarettes and scratch off tickets. I'm thinking, well, if they had money like that, then why won't they give me some? They can see I'm struggling. Like that was my mindset. I was a victim. I really was. I was a victim. I didn't have a good day until I was 25 years old and got sober. I truly never had one good day in my life. There was always something wrong. I found a problem, found a fault in everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I continued to use heroin, continued to use meth. Heroin got expensive, so I got on Suboxone. Not as maintenance, just as a replacement.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so I switched one thing for another. did that for a little while and it just wasn't enough. Like I was truly chasing an overdose. I was not going to be happy until I reached that again. You know, had some pretty scary stuff go on, you know, overdoses, going to the hospital, all this stuff. Got in some legal trouble. Now, jail time, prison, that's not a part of my story. You know, if it had been, maybe I would have got sober sooner. You know, I had the best family you could ask for, but, you know, they didn't want to see me in jail. They would help me out. They'd, you know, try to keep me from, they would think, you know, well, if we just try to redirect her, if we try to get her a job with people we know, if we try to, I mean, they were enabling me. They didn't know they were, but they were.
Yep.
I got in some legal trouble, and my mom and my sister, they helped me get out of it. And at the time, I thought, well, I'm free and clear. I'm good. I go to court and it'll be over with. So I go to court at Pulaski County, and my mom and dad are there. And I thought that they had got me an attorney, because they're walking in with this tall, handsome man in a really nice suit. And he calls my name and does like this, tells me to come over. And I thought, well, here they are. They're going to show up and show out and get me out of trouble. And hopefully they'll take me and buy me a pack of cigarettes after this. Probably get $20 off my mom.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. So the man that I was talking about, his name is Tom Reed, and he's a detective for the Pulaski County Attorney's Office. And I'd never seen him before. And he calls me in and he's talking to me. And I have never in my life had somebody talk to me the way he talked to me. He didn't know me, so he didn't have any, I mean, he saw me for what I was. He saw me as a drug addict with severe substance use disorder that was gonna die. And my parents didn't sleep. They couldn't sleep. And he wanted to try to help me, and he told me about myself. And, you know, damn it.
It's all right. Come on with it.
You know, sitting in that room and seeing my dad cry and beg me to get some help, I did it. I thought, well, you know, because they were threatening me with jail, and that was okay. Because I figured, well, at least I won't be in rehab.
Yeah.
Like I can still have a chance to try to get high in there. Like that's truly was my thought process. And it was just, enough was enough, you know. And before this happened, you know, my mom, she didn't sleep for a decade. She couldn't. I mean, since I'm 14, 15 years old, just running wild. I mean, she truly did not sleep for a decade for more than 2 or 3 hours at a time. You know how it is, the mamas with the phones right by their pillow, just waiting for the call. You know, my older sister, her name's Jessica, she played a huge part in my recovery. She literally had like dents right beside of her bed where she would stay on her knees praying for me at night.
Wow.
And it worked. It worked. My dad, you know, he just told me, he said, "You're killing us. Something has to happen. You're killing me and your mom." And of course, I'm telling him, well, I only smoke pot.
Yeah.
104 pounds. I was using meth, had sores all over my faces, track marks everywhere. And I just could not get honest. I kept trying to lie about it. And that's when my dad kind of broke down like that. And for the first time in my life, I was honest. And I said, I do need some help and I'll go, but I will only stay for 30 days. And I will only go somewhere that lets me smoke. So I was still trying to put conditions on my recovery.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. So they sent me I've been to detox before, but I'd never been to treatment. So they sent me to the Trillium Center with all the stuff I was on. Had Xanaxes in my system. I was on those pretty bad. They sent me to the Trillium Center, detox, seizures, the whole deal, you know. Yeah. And my mom and my sister took me there. And they were praying the whole time. They're like, we hope they keep you. Because sometimes places will keep you, sometimes they won't. And I remember fill out the paperwork. We're sitting in there for 20, 30 minutes. And I'm, in my mind, I'm ready to go.
Yep.
And my sister knew it. And I remember her looking to my mom. She's like, I hope they keep her. Because she knew I had about 5 more minutes. And then I was out the door. And at that time, the lady walks out and she said, you can come on back. Put me through the metal detector, all this stuff. And she hands me the scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, damn, this is it. I'm going to have to stay now. My mom's done left.
Yep.
I'm in Corbin. I don't really even know how to get back. I had no money, no phone, no car, nothing. And that was perfect because I was right where I needed to be. It's a blessing, but I didn't know it. So 7 days is up. They come and get me and take me to Elizabethtown to a recovery works. So like I said, I had never really been to rehab like that. And that's a pretty big place, 30 days. A lot of people call it rinse and wash. And in a way, it can be, but I think it's what you want out of it. So they offer maintenance. And I heard some other clients talking about that. And I was like, okay, here's my loophole. If they give it to me, then my mom and dad can't say anything. And I can probably get a prescription for it. And I can go home and be on the Suboxone. So it's okay. Like, that's what I thought. But knowing that I'm not going to use it as maintenance, knowing it's going to go straight up my nose or straight in my arm.
Yep.
And I'm in a dorm with a bunch of other women. It was just, I didn't like it. I mean, before I wasn't staying anywhere really any better, but I didn't choose it, you know, so I was unsatisfied. There again, unsatisfied with fault-finding mind. And I'm laying there and I'm hearing some of these women talk about, you know, all the treatment centers they've been to and how one girl, she was an older lady and her daughter was having a grandbaby. She couldn't be there. I was just hearing all this stuff like right at the right time. And I thought, if I finish this, I'm never coming back. And so next morning they asked me when we're in Medline if I wanted the Suboxone. And I said no and regretted it. The whole time after, I'm thinking, why did I tell them no? Why did I tell them no? Because that was a God, a higher power working through me that I didn't even believe in. Because I wasn't going to use it the right way. I was going to try to get high off of it. So I get through 5 days there, get through 7 days there, get through 10 days, and every day is getting a little bit better. Like, that's where I was introduced to Alcoholics Anonymous. That's where I was introduced to a big book. So let's just try to think back. 2017, I've never been to treatment. I'd never heard of a big book. I'm a closeted lesbian. They started talking about a big book, not that it was a Bible. So I was ready to dip. I mean, I was ready to go. And so one of the RAs there, she gives me a big book and is going through it with me. Just certain little stuff. I couldn't read, Mike. I could barely write my name. No, I mean, I'd been out of it for so long. It's not like I was filling out paperwork. First time I picked up a pencil was probably filling out stuff there at the Trillium Center. And then when I got to recovery work, so my mind was so messed up, I couldn't make really any sense of the book. I couldn't read it. Gosh, taking a shower every day was foreign to me. Brushing my teeth, having clean clothes. It was just really weird. I gained 30 pounds in 30 days. Found a new love for food that I didn't know I had. And I started feeling better. I can't tell you I was happy the whole time, but every day it got a little bit better. And it's only 30 days. So, you know, for the folks who's done 6 months, a year, all that, 30 days is nothing. But for me, with my experience, it was huge. It's the only experience I had with it. So, you know, when my parents get to come and visit me, they drove from Somerset about 2.5 hours. And, you know, it's my mom, my sister, and my dad. And my dad gets out of the car, and I've never seen him walk that fast. My dad's the type of dude, button up shirt every day, pack a Marlboro Lights in the
Yeah.
pocket, normally get out of the car and smoke, and then he'll go in. He gets out walking so fast up there. I'm standing there at the window. And man, that's one of my favorite memories I've ever had was my dad seeing me and we both just smiled and he gave me just the biggest hug. It was beautiful. And I was going to go to sober living and my mom had went to some Al-Anon meetings and they told her, they said, if you let her come home, you're killing her. Don't let her come home. Well, I was going to go to a sober living there in E-Town. They didn't have any beds. So we were going to think about maybe doing a long term. They were going to let me come home for about a week. I go home. My sister Jess took me to a meeting there at the Catholic Church, got my first sponsor. She comes in the meeting with me and she's crying because it's so powerful. She'd never been to a meeting. She doesn't have substance use disorder, alcoholism, none of it. And she is like, thank you guys so much for helping my sister. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you for being here. And it was just a really powerful moment. I got a sponsor, started working steps. I went to meetings almost every day, started working with my dad. And things straightened out, you know. The day I got my 4-month chip, my sister let us know she was pregnant with my little nephew. He's 4 years old now, so Sonny is his name. But so anyway, just everything's awesome, right? Long story short, I get my life back. Everything that I get a higher power, I get a spiritual condition, I have sponsees, I have a job, a car, and I also have an ego. So I wasn't doing any internal work. I was the one-hit wonder. Go to rehab one time, never have to go back. I'm going to be sober forever. My prestige got in the way. My ego got in the way. I was sober for 3.5 years, drug-free for 3.5 years, but I was only truly sober and working a program for about 3 years. That last 6 months was just going through I was miserable. I was a dry drunk. Well, so what I do is I find the prettiest girl in a treatment center that I'm sponsoring a lot of women at and kidnap her. She's gone. Now we're married and live together. But so anyway, I have a daughter, all the good
Did
stuff.
you really kidnap her for real?
No, but she was a hostage.
Yeah.
You know, it was a hostage situation. I had something that you wanted. I have money, a job, a car. I've been sober. I know how to give you a good life. Come with me and marry me. That's what happened. But I mean, I didn't go about it the right way. I wasn't living by any principles. You know what I mean? I was just doing what I wanted to do, selfish, self-centered, self-seeking. And I harmed a lot of people. I harmed a whole lot of people. I sponsored the whole Peer Mentors office. Well, I couldn't be their sponsor anymore. You know, so I did a lot of harm, which since then I've been able to go back to that treatment center, made my amends with the house, and I'm in good standing now. But it's a blessing that I am. But so anyway, I'm not working a program. I'm resentful at the people in my fellowship. I'm not talking to my friends anymore. And my wife had some stuff from the past and she had to go to jail. Got really depressed, really in my feelings. I'm alone, all this. So I start drinking, you know, and it was like that. After 3.5 years of saying I would never do it again, I did it again. I didn't stay out for long. But I was there in Richmond doing things I shouldn't have been doing with people I shouldn't have been doing it with.
Where was you staying at?
Over at the Relax Inn.
Yeah, relaxing.
So, yeah, it was miserable. And honestly, I'm going to be very real with you. I was suicidal. Within 2 days, I was suicidal. Truly was. I was so that guilt, shame, and remorse that people talk about after they relapse. It was so real. I'd ruin everything. That's how I felt. You know, my family's going to hate me. Raven's never going to want to be with me again. I'm going to lose my job. My dad's never going to talk to me. Just all this stuff. And this was during COVID as well. So I think that just put like a weird kind of funk on everything. So I did some Zoom meetings. I got a new sponsor, took my ass back home where I needed to be. And that was on April 11th, 2020. And I've not had drugs or alcohol in my system since. I haven't done it today. I don't plan on doing it tomorrow. And I take it day at a time. Today I have a sponsor who has a sponsor. I talked to my sponsor and my grand sponsor before I got on here because I was real nervous. But see, I can reach out for help today. That ego and the disease will pop up, but I have to combat it. I mean, I had to call 2 people. That's how nervous I was, and then talk to you about it too. So I asked for help when I needed, and that's something that I didn't want to do before. And that had a lot to do with my relapse. I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I would have asked for help, I probably wouldn't have relapsed. But for me and my story, it was necessary. My relapse is one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Today I have 2 years and 3 months, drug and alcohol free. I have a wife. I have a daughter. I have a sponsor. I have a fan and a little dog. Her name's Hopper. She's off the chain. I have a relationship with my family. I mean, it's can't really think of a word. You hear people say, oh, it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's surreal. It's awesome. I mean, it's perfect. My life today is perfect. I mean, it brings you to tears, you know, to think about how things are now. I mean, and I'm normally not a crybaby, but I'm just trying to be real and trying to be honest. And it's kind of embarrassing, but that's okay. I want my recovery to be transparent. You know, people are going to relapse. They're going to have things happen, but you just got to get back up. You know, my life has not been perfect since I've been sober. I lost my grandmother on the 7th of July, and that was hard. It wasn't sobriety threatening, but it was serenity threatening. You know, I was sad. I was depressed, but it's okay because I felt it, and I cried for a week, and I did some step work on it, and I prayed about it, and I meditated on it, and I reached out to people. I mean, you do not have to do this alone. Anybody that's hearing this, no matter what you're going through, no matter how big or small it seems, you're not doing it alone. I did it alone, and I got high and got drunk. I do not do good alone. I have to have a community of people that love me for who I am, not for what I have or anything like that. And that's what I have today. My relationship with my family is amazing. You know, there's a few people since I've been sober that have made a huge difference. Of course, my mom and dad and my sister, but God blessed me a little over a year ago, bringing some really, really special people in my life, man. Rob Fields is my mentor in life. Rob, Amy Fields, Ben Wolf, Harry Rust, they have changed my life in the most incredible way. I was a little over a year sober. I'd never done peer support before. I come rolling in the parking lot in a car that I was 3 months late on my payment. I had $12 in my pocket. My wife was in jail. I was smoking a vape that I hadn't changed my coil in a month. They gave me a job. They gave me a job, and it changed my life. Every day I get to help people that are just like me. I gained a career, but more than that, I gained a family, and I gained some peace. I gained some confidence, and life for me could not be any better than what it is. right now, today, as it stands. Life doesn't get any better than this. And it's not about what you have. For a long time, it was, well, if I had a nicer car, if I had more money, if I had, and you're like me, if I had this pair of shoes, right? That's how it was. It was
Yes.
always something else. My unsatisfiable mind is satisfied today. Everything else is a bonus. I go to bed every night next to my wife. I wake up, I'm sober, I live in a nice home that I'm not selling dope out of, using dope in, making dope in. Today, the farthest thing on my mind is drinking or drugging. And that's just the most beautiful thing to me. It seems impossible. For a long time, it seemed impossible. But I know everybody says it, but I mean it. If I can be sober, anybody can do it. Somebody like me, I barely made it through high school. I mean, I didn't have any skills. And my higher power put me where I needed to be. They
At
put
the
me,
right time. At the
yeah,
right time.
divine alignment is what I call that. They put me with the right people, right place, right time, and my life could not be any better. Um, it is just absolutely incredible. It really is. I have not been homeless or hungry since I've been sober. I haven't. I have been worry free. Now, I have worries because I bring them on myself, but I choose to do that. I tell people I'm as happy as I choose to be. And it's crazy. Like today up there with you guys, because I've known you guys, Raven, friends with Marie, and we follow you guys. And to be in that house, it was just incredible. I mean, you've got a beautiful home with a good energy in it. You guys are helping a lot of people. And it's just crazy to think that, 6 years ago, this was not what you were doing. You know, it's just crazy. It really is. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It is unbelievable. A little over a year ago, my life was absolutely different. My perceptions weren't what they needed to be. Doing the line of work we do is not always easy, but it's the most rewarding thing on the planet. It really is. And I don't go to work. I just go to different cities and help people. I don't work. It's not work. It's we're growing an empire, and I'm blessed enough to be a part of that and to try to really change the face of recovery in Kentucky. We're going, tri-state area, baby. We're growing, and it's beautiful. My higher powers bless me beyond belief.
Yeah, you're amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not crying. I'm over here laughing, but just your story, man, and your passion, and seeing you today, and like I see you all on Facebook, but actually being in the same home and watching just how you help people and the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? That is peace. That is freedom. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell everybody, man, once you know, a peace of mind is priceless. A peace of mind is not worth trading off for any kind of hit, period. You know what I'm saying? And I've met a lot of people here in the last 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And the people inspire us. You know what I mean? And we want what they have, and all we got to do is follow what they do and take suggestions and put God first. Keep helping people, man, and it's coming together. The circle, and like my wife. You know what I'm saying? When she talks to you and she loves you, and you'll call her and Emily. You know what I'm saying? And Raven and Ray. It's just, I don't know, man. I can't put words on it, man, but you know. And we spoke prior to this live, and I want you to speak on this. And we got all the time in the world, but and let's talk about when you came home and Raven. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Like,
So
because I think that's very important to get that out here, because some people's going to go through that and they won't know how to handle it. Some people, you know what I'm saying? So kind of share that little story and how you handled it and how you knew what to do, and how it didn't affect what you all had, you know.
yeah, for sure. So was it October 29th?
October 31st.
On October.
Here, scoot over a little and bring her on the screen one time.
So on October 31st, I was at work, and I come home. I talked to Raven. Everything was good that day. And I come home, and the door was locked, which was kind of weird because it's the middle of the day. So I get in the house, and our bedroom door was closed. Go in the bedroom, and Raven she'd used fentanyl. She was overdosed.
Mhm.
She was dead. Lips were blue, white foam coming out of her mouth. So it was scary, you know. Narcander, and she's here today, and she'll have a year sober in October 31st.
So, yeah, I'm one of those people who has multiple sobriety dates. You know, I have starting back in 2011 is the first time I tried to get sober. Multiple rehabs, multiple everything. You know, my life turned upside down a year ago. So it kind of starts where, like, you're asking those questions, like questioning God, like who is he? What is he doing? Why am I not, you know, and starting there, like, I got a little bit of success in my life, you know, and then I self-sabotaged. Like, I completely said, okay, here we go. This is what I'm doing. I can't tell you exactly what happened or how it even happened. It just happened, you know? So, October 31st, my life changed. I died. And, that was, you know, overdosed many times, but for me, that was one of the worst times of my entire life. I look back on that date today, though, and I'm grateful for it. You know, I'm grateful for where my relapse led me. I'm grateful for everything that it did in my life. You know, today I wake up happy. I wake up sober. I wake up next to my wife with my daughter in the room, and you know, we got through that. It was not easy. You know, it was not easy. I remember the day it happened. You know, Emily hadn't been at Protea long, and we called Rob and Amy, you know, and they were there within 5 minutes.
No,
And, I mean,
it wasn't 5 minutes.
it feels like it was to me, you know, because they live about 30 minutes from town. But that was the day that my life changed. That was the day that, you know, I really started to take this shit serious. You know, that was the day that Protea became my family, you know, and I couldn't be where I'm at, you know, today without my wife, without, you know, those people in my life that truly set me down and said, hey, guess what? You're fucking worth it, you know, and you do deserve this, and you do deserve to live. You know, Emily and I went through a lot. There was a lot of praying. There was a lot of step work. There was a lot of her being mad at me and me just letting her be mad, you know, and just kind of both of us working on ourselves, but together, you know, and trying to figure out like the root of that problem and like what led me to that, you know. And I've done a lot of work on it. And I'm one of those people, man, where shit gets going good and then you just self-sabotage everything. Like, I don't deserve this. I'm not worthy of this. I'm not anything, you know, and that's not true, man. That's not true. You know, like I have so much self-worth today, you know, and I'm lucky enough that I get to be a part of Protea today and a part of the greatest family on the face of this earth. I really, you know, I'm blessed beyond measure. But I think for us, it was just a lot of working on ourselves and then coming together and working together as a couple, you know, and like really just accepting each other for where we were at that moment, you know, and letting those emotions be raw and, you know, and just feeling those things, because without that, I don't think you're able to heal from it. you know, because Emily did. She walked in and she found me dead. And I remember waking up, man, and it was like the craziest thing in the world. I tried to deny it. I was like, no, I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. What are you talking about? You know, and I'm puking, and it was nuts.
She's a real addict. I just Narcaned her, and she's like, I don't know what's wrong. My blood
Yeah.
pressure is low. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
she tried
blood
to
pressure.
Yeah, my blood pressure bottomed. I don't know what you're talking about, you know. So that's man, mine, you know, it's crazy to think where we are now. And we couldn't do it without God, you know, our 12-step fellowship, and our sponsors who have sponsors and who have sponsors, and I mean just people like you guys, you know, people who
we
just
fight the
support
good
us.
fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy what we do, but
Right.
as long as we maintain our spiritual condition, you know, the only way that I stayed sober during all this was to feel what I was feeling. That's something that's scary, to feel emotions and to
Yep.
feel stuff that is uncomfortable and it hurts you. It hurts your heart. I was mad at her. I wanted to kill her, and I just Narcaned her. But I was so upset I didn't know how to process stuff. I think just staying solution focused and solution oriented. We know what the problem is. You had untreated addiction, untreated substance use disorder, and you had a lapse.
Yep.
That happens. What are we going to do now? You know, but I was really scared that happened, and I called my sponsor, and he was on the disc golf course, and he didn't have his phone on him.
Never does.
Yeah, and that's like his kind of meditation. That's his self-care. So I called Gordy, he didn't answer, and right away I called Rob and Amy, and they're there in about 30 minutes, and it wasn't like, what did you do? It's gonna be okay. This is our plan. This is what we're gonna do. And we're both sober, you know, and we did make it through that. Just don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. You know, you and Marie are both in recovery. That's not always easy. It's either really, really good, it's the best relationship in the world, or it's you need to call your sponsor or I'm going to my mom's house.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the both sides of the coin with it. But we made it through it, and we made it through it sober. You know, and for me, I still have to talk to my sponsors sometimes about that stuff. I still have to do little spot check inventories because something can happen, and whatever reason, my mind will go back to that day, and I'm pissed off at her.
Yeah. And I think that's a year later, we still deal with those emotions, you know, because I mean, there obviously is some, I mean, I caused a lot of harm, obviously, especially to my wife and to my relationship and the people around me, you know, so I harmed her and she developed a resentment on me because of that. So I think that's something that, you know, even though it's worked through, I feel like we need to continue to work through that sometimes because it's not very easy whenever you walk in and you find the person who you love most in this entire world dead, you know, and it breaks my heart that I put her through that, you know, but it breaks my heart more that I put myself through that, you know, and that's kind of where it's at. And, you know, I try to make sure that, I don't want to say that it's always fresh in my mind, but that I never forget it. You know, I never want to forget that feeling and those feelings that I felt and the things that happened. You know what I mean? And I think we just try to live every day because, you know, it truly is a daily reprieve, you know, and that's something for me that I kind of forget sometimes. It's kind of something I'm working on with my sponsor because I have to make sure I maintain that and my spiritual condition every day. So.
That's the
Well,
thing.
listen, I love you all. What was you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that's the thing too is I couldn't think about a week from then or what. I just had to take it, and that whether it's a situation like that or just something's bad is going on that's disturbing you, it will not stay that way. You know, just to hang on through it because everything does get better. It's not going to be on our time. It never has been mine, but that's okay. You know, it's got better. And for you, like for us to be here almost a year later, I didn't know if that would happen.
Right.
So I really just took things a day at a time and tried to do my part. It's not been perfect, but just little things like, we have our daughter today.
Yeah.
Somebody calls me mom. That's
Yep.
crazy to me. I'm a selfish individual and I have a daughter today, and it's beautiful. It really
Yes.
is to have a home that feels like a home,
Mhm.
and it's beautiful. Life is great today.
Well, listen, you all are just getting started, man, and 5 years from now, it's until where y'all going to be, man. And I'm just grateful to have you all on this team, man. Grateful to be a part of this, the Protea thing, man. Just bringing, and what's crazy is like everybody that's part of it, I know a lot of them, man. And like Gordy, I taught Gordy everything he knows. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Heath, they'll never admit it, but they know who St. John is. But it's just amazing. But listen, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Listen, I love you all, both of y'all, man. Just keep
We
doing what
love
you're
you.
doing.
Love you.
You're laid back. I got one question. Which one's boss?
Right here.
Really?
Me and my dominant nature. I just sit in the corner. Okay, honey, order it. That's fine.
I do the same thing. You know what I mean? Well, listen, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Give us a hope shot before we close out. Somebody may run across the end of this. If you've got something to say, what would be what would you say to someone out there that watches this and they got a needle in their arm or a beer beside of them? What would you say to them right now?
I would say to them that they're worth it.
Mhm.
You're loved. You're on this planet for a reason, and recovery is possible. That's
Reach
what I
out.
would tell them. Ask for
out.
help.
Reach
Amen.
out, man. Don't ever not reach out, because that's the worst thing you can do. Reach out. There's people out here that love you for real.
Awesome, awesome. Well, listen, I love you all. I may see you tomorrow. I don't know. I got a lot to get done. But y'all keep doing what you're doing. We're here. Our phones are open anytime. If Gordy don't answer, my wife's phone's open. You know what I'm saying? My phone's open, because he can't play disc golf. But anyway, listen, I love y'all, man, and thank you for sharing because your story's powerful. Raven, your story's powerful. I'll get you on here next time, and keep telling your all story because your story matters. Your story, it touched me. I mean, I was laughing. I wasn't crying tonight, but but real is real. Real recognizes real, and I don't do nothing fake, and the stories, I'm grateful I can cry today. You hear me? I love it. Rob texted me this morning, man, I cried, and then I said, well, I cried. Well, you big sissy, blah, blah, blah. But I cry all the time. Like this morning we got to the house and I sat there at 7:30 on the couch with my wife and they was back there doing something, man. I just started bawling, dude, and I couldn't stop. And I didn't want them to hear me crying. And then I finally went to my wife. She's like, well, there's a box of Kleenexes in there. Like I was in that moment. Like I can't put words on it, man. But listen, I love you all. Keep doing what you're doing, and let's do it.
We love you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Powerful story, man. If y'all missed it, man. Emily, listen. She's laid back like two seats on a Cadillac. You hear me? 4 flats on a Ford pickup truck. And, I got to see her in action today, man. But, she's a huge inspiration, man. And, the hardest 3 words you're ever going to say is I need help, and it's the most rewarding 3 words you're ever going to say. There is so many options out here for treatment, for recovery, sober living, recovery homes. You ain't got to live in hell no more, man. I just wish everybody would get this, but unfortunately everybody's not going to get it. Relapse is not part of my story. I've been in treatment 1 time. And I have never said that I will never relapse because I'm only promised today. And if I stay in today and I keep helping people and I keep being happy and I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I don't understand it, but I'm happy today. I'm free. My wife holds me accountable. You know what I'm saying? She's my boss. And, I'm grateful for my wife. But listen, we love you all. I'm going to get in these comments, give some shout outs. Gordy, I love you. Christy, Bonnie, welcome. I love you. Who else is on here? Let's see. Rob Fields, he is a crybaby. Come on one time. Aaron Heath, welcome y'all, man. Hit that share button, man. We got 80 hearts in here, man. So this was a powerful story. Let's get it out across social media, man. Share it out. Send it to somebody that might be suffering, struggling. There is help available. 859-300-1503. 859-319-4787. The Jasmine's House has beds open. There's beds available in multiple recovery homes. Protea Behavioral Health Counseling. Rob, Amy, Jen, the whole 9 yards, man. It's just amazing, man. But we're going to close this out, man. I love you all. I will see you back Monday night, unless I have to cancel and got something going on, man. We got a lot going on. The jail ministry. I got to travel back to my hometown, man. We got speaking engagements. We got this recovery home we're running. We're trying to we got more doors opening. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get busy living. If you ain't living, you're getting busy to die. You know, and today we're living free. Listen, I love you all. My wife loves you all. Team St. John loves you all. Protea loves you all. Everybody in here loves you all, man. We couldn't do it without you. But there is a way out. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of living in hell, sick and tired of being broke, sick and tired of being depressed, sick and tired of being miserable, sick and tired of just not being nothing, man, reach out. Help's available. I love y'all. We're out.
You ain't got cold chills, something's wrong with you. Gotta know it. You in the wrong building. Nowhere to turn.
I could really use a friend right now.
Yeah, I just need a friend.
I'm staring at my window pane. I'm staring at my window pane. I could use a friend. I could use a friend. I just need a friend right now. I'm staring at my window pane.
I'm counting raindrops, like where's God at? When will the pain stop? Like when will this be over? How come I can't stop? I swear to God, I can't stop. I ain't believing God, still I would pray to him. When no one else around, when they brought them trays to him. Like where my rider dies, it's like I was dead to him. This is my window pane, I view the world